Me name's Abel Rogers, a Sherman am I, on a three-masted schooner from Twillingate Isle. I've been the world over, north, south, east and west, but the middle of nowhere's where I like it best, where it's wave over wave, sea over bow. I'm as happy a man as the sea will allow. There's no other life for a sailor like me but to sail the salt sea, boys, sail the sea. There's no other life but to sail the salt sea. The
Hello, this is Eomer of Hazelwood, and thank you for coming back to my channel, or if you're a new first timer, thank you for tuning in. I am the owner of Vinland Outpost. I am talking to you from Vinland Outpost. Mind the mess. I've been working on small game satchels that hold uh, 10 rounds of 12 gauge, and there's going to be various pockets and intertwining sections that allow for customization of it. And right now it's following the lines of looking like it's going to be able to hold at least two, maybe three Newfoundland hares. I'm not too sure yet until I'm fully finished. This is one of the other sections right here. It will be able to hold a small hatchet on the bottom. And yeah, first time building this one. I used to build some smaller ones a while back. And I've been full go at it. And don't mind the song at the beginning of it. It's one of my favorite Newfoundland songs. It's called Wave Over Wave. Great Big Sea does a great version, but this one is me. Uh, Jim Payne, Janus Spence, and Fergus O'Brien. I absolutely have to say I heard it on Jigs and Reels, which is a music station that happens every Sunday, because everyone here cooks up something called Jigs Dinner, which is like chicken, salt beef or salt pork, depending on your preference, a whole whack ton of different kinds of vegetables, pretty much a hodgepodge of whatever you want to throw in there. Some people put dough balls in there, some people don't. Um, oh, what else is in there? Peas pudding. How could I forget about peas pudding? Oh, Lord. Peas pudding is all it is yellow split peas soaked in the brine when you're like got like the salt meat in there, and you like let the water absorb into like these in there like in a pudding bag, right? A cloth bag. And after you get that, you start boiling everything up, and then when like the peas are nice and soggy, like just soft, like barely can even touch them without falling apart, you mashing them up with a whole thing of butter and salt and pepper. Yeah. So sorry, I was getting ahead. So yeah, you have the chicken, you have the peas pudding, salt meat, vegetables, a roast. I didn't know that for the longest time, and you're supposed to cook the roast separate. I also didn't know that. I tried boiling everything together for the first like 8 or 9 times, and I told one person, "Hey, I made Jig's dinner," and I told him how I did it, and the look of sheer fright on their face was unreal. Yeah, don't mind me. I was wearing this last night. I I'm finally processing the events of last night. Like, I was without I was out without proper heat in this place because I'm having a chimney issue right now for the wood stove. And this place is in hard condition. It's in a hard spot. It really is, and it's a lot of work just to try to keep up with the pitfalls of it. And so it's been a hard couple months, especially with depression and anxiety. Like I'm not around barely anyone anymore, and when I get around crowds and stuff like that, like I shut down. And yeah, so anyways, food's been a scarcity. My cat's always had food to make sure she eats good. I can get food if I absolutely get down to the dire needs of it. Uh, Water's been on the fritz. The tank is acting up, and I think I know what's happening there, and that's a that's a pricey fix, but um, I'm getting drinkable water. Don't worry about that. But heat. I couldn't do any work, even though I'm working out of the house in the office slash bedroom, and I couldn't even work in here. I'd be bundled up with two blankets plus two layers of clothing on, and yeah, I wasn't doing it. Plus, it was amplifying my pain more and everything. So I got a heater, like I was talking about in my other video. But so, sure enough, after I got that heater home, I had a talk with a buddy and everything. I had some energy to get some work done. And I'm sitting here trying to design the satchel bag and try to, make it work because, like, this is just coming from my head as of right now. And I was doing a video about my Patreon last night, and sure enough, it was dark out, and I saw lights coming through on the window, and I'm like, who's coming up my driveway right now? Like, it's a remote place. The weather wasn't fit for it, neither man or beast. Um, like even now, the wind's still howling outside. Like the waves sound like they're coming over the bank. And yeah, sure enough, it's well, I'm pretty sure it was two women. One was definitely a woman because she brought up the stuff to my step, and the other stayed by the vehicle, and my driveway's not very well lit. And yeah, brought up a whole freaking bag of goodies. Well, I showed you that in that video yesterday. I'll actually have to post more. I have one other video of that. And yeah, so I was gassed. I didn't even know what to say. Like they brought up this flannel shirt. They brought up this blanket, and it's not even cold in here. The only reason I got this blanket on is because it's bloody fluffy. I love it. So yeah, I was gassed. Like I was pretty much physically drained just for that 5 minute encounter with those ladies, though, because I was like, uh, it was hard to process. Right, because I could understand if they came up here to buy like some leather goods or something, because that's what my store pretty much is right now until I expand. So anyways, don't mind me. I'm a smoker right now. Anyways, so needless to say, as soon as I shut the door, I come back in here and I'm getting ready to finish that video and start one more. Sure enough, another fella comes up and hands me a gift card, and like I felt bad because after he left, I realized I didn't do much talking, and I was. It was more human interactions in the day than I'm used to. Let's just say. And this isn't like a personal choice because I was a very social person before my accident. Like I used to love going out to bars and going out to fancy restaurants and going out dancing and stuff. Yeah. And then yeah, like I said, it got harder and harder with the pain and my legs starting to act up. Like the first year, I almost felt nothing. Second year, I started feeling things, and like I knew something was not right. Like I already had gone through physio. I was already been seen by a doctor, and they told me about the damage. But I don't know. I I never truly felt it though till the third year. We're going in year 7 now, and it's absolutely killing me. It's my biggest enemy out here is the injuries. But needless to say, lo and behold, I just got all this stuff given to me, and like I went out and bought a heater. A family member sent me some Christmas money, and I sold an item. I sold a purse. Well, I sold two purses, but yeah, this purse was the money that also helped. And I was so proud. Buddy came, got me, went into Placentia. I hit Aylwards right away, and I walked in. I was like, I need a heater. Where are the heaters? And Buddy points me to the end of the aisle, aisle 10, I think it was. And they know me. They're very. The Placentia Aylwards is very helpful. They always have good customer service no matter what. Even when they're dealing with like wingbats like me. Like literally, I'm a man of mystery. Like people can't figure out why I'm living where I'm living to because it's a very sketchy place. Like not sketchy like city sketchy, but it's like there's very little lights around. You can see the complete night sky, which is beautiful when it's not cloudy here. And if anyone knows what Newfoundland's like, Newfoundland is cloudy like 82.57% of the time. But I'm close to the ocean, which everyone daydreams is such a beautiful thing, but you don't think about the wind. Some coastal locations probably don't have nearly as bad wind as Newfoundland. Newfoundland's like in this weird geographical spot of like borderline impending doom and don't pet the animals. They may look cute, but they'll kill you. With a tad bit of ray of sunshine and hope in there for good measure. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, these people just kept on bringing stuff, and like I just froze up. This last guy, he was talking particular, and I didn't have my contacts in because I can't afford contacts right now, and I can't afford reading my glasses. I have astigmatism in my eye, so yeah. Um, no, and so I didn't recognize his face. His voice sounded familiar. And I know he was with the Placentia uh, Lions Club, I think it was. And yeah, it was just like, what do you do, right? Like, I'm not good with talking to people in general. Like, I'm, I'm very broken mind. It's hard to explain. It's hard for me to remember people's names. I can remember faces. I can remember details about, but names. Yeah. And on top of that, it's just uh, I don't know. It's hard for me to stay focused. I mean, the pain is never truly gone because I only use cannabis. I do. That's all I have really access to right now. So yeah. 1 second. My cat's ears are perking up. I'm gonna see if someone's here. No, false alarm. The waves are just getting a little bit more intense, and the wind is picking up a bit, and we got a snow squalls coming in. Great. Yeah. So, needless to say, yeah, these people were all best kind of people, and yeah, I was just overwhelmed. Didn't know what to say. Didn't know what to be at. Just I said thank you, Merry Christmas. And again, if anyone knows me, they know that like I celebrate Yule, right? But it's one thing I will not do out here is take away their culture, their customs. Like I didn't come here to change their ways. I just came here to live my ways in peace to the best of my ability, essentially. And yeah, I don't know what to. I didn't know what to be at, so. The last fellow that was here, I don't remember. I don't know who he was. Just like I know him, but I couldn't see his face last night. And yeah, I just lay speechless. I was like, he said something to me too. There's something wrong with my brain that when people use certain emotional patterns around me, I don't mistrust it. I analyze context behind it because he said this is a this is a gift from a very respectable man. That's what he said, and I'm baffled because if you compare to the locals compared to me, like 93% of them are more respectable than me. Like I'm a heathen. Like and not in the Christian biblical mumbo jumbo, like a heathen by the sense that I worship the Anglo-Saxon pagan gods and I try to live to a more basic understanding of life and try not to go try just try to live normal, right? I mean normal's not a word I'd like to associate myself with, trust me. But I don't know how else to describe it. Like, really, provide my own food, be able to sell some produce to the locals, make leather goods, make sure my cat doesn't kill me in my sleep. Uh, yes, Pooka, I know you're listening. Always sees you over there. Anyways, so yeah, it all comes down to I was befuddled last night. Like I was, yeah, the best descriptive word was I was stupefied. It's like things were going really bad for a while. and I was trying to figure out ways to come out of it ahead. And I came up with a few ideas, and then as soon as I did that, I got the money for a heater. And sure enough, a family member's been helping me with my finances, like trying to get things structured and help me out. Like social services or something until things pick up, right? And trust me, Canada, it's incredibly hard to get on that stuff. And I'm not ashamed of it. Right? Like where I live too, there's very few jobs, and with my disabilities, I can't work. Like I literally got struck by a truck walking to work 7 years ago, December 3rd. And I tried to work for years. I tried to push through the pain, and then I started this leather business. And foolish me, I should have known a year later after I started this that COVID was going to hit. I, I should have seen it coming. And then there was a lot of personal, emotional stuff going on at the time that didn't help out either. But then I got onto the property, and the solitude has really helped me out a lot. But I still had my ups and downs because I still live somewhat close to civilization and civilized people. So, um, yeah, I gotta still be somewhat on the level of being proper. I can't go full heathen. You should never go full heathen. Well, yes, you should, but I shouldn't because I'm surrounded by a lot of nice and loving and adoring Christians and Catholics. And I don't say that with any malice in my voice. Like, you hear some pagans that go on and on about Christians and Catholics bad. Oh, they did this, they did that. And I'm sitting there thinking, you're worshiping war gods and gods of knowledge, and here you are bitching about something in the past when you should be building up and strengthening for the future, which your gods should be teaching you. Like, don't get me wrong, there are those some extreme Christians or Catholics out there that go a little over the top. I mean, you get that in every faith, every religion, spiritualism, even atheists. You got some of those cool, chill atheists. They'll smoke a bong with you or something like that. By the way, I smoke cannabis for the pain. I don't know if I said that earlier. Um, and then you look at some of those extreme, just hate life atheists. Right? They, I don't know, they foam at the mouth at the very thought of life for some reason. So, anyways, yeah, like I've had Christians out here save my life a fair few times. I'll say that. Like Newfoundland has saved my life more than I dare care count. So yeah, like, and it's Newfoundland custom of hospitality. In my culture, Anglo-Saxon pagans, we also have the hospitality culture as well. Mind you, ours comes with an axe very quickly in some bad circumstances compared to here. You still might get the axe, but it'll take a lot more to build up to it. But anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna try to get this satchel bag done today. I keep coming up with flaw after flaw on it, and it's been driving me mental. If anyone who sees this, if you wouldn't mind commenting in the comments down below, what's your thoughts? Should I, like, I won't be doing any videos on me cutting or dyeing the material to make the items just because it's a long, lengthy process, and I don't have a lot of storage space on my PC at the moment. I gotta get an external hard drive before I start getting into complex uh, videos like that. But I was thinking I might do the final stages of the leather work on camera and overlap it with the Spotify list because I'm on Spot. I listen to Spotify. And so I just put the music on, so stop it for a little bit because I have to take breaks because of my back. Um, yeah, do you guys think you might enjoy seeing something like that? Like making hats like this or bags like this, purses, belts, rucksacks. I don't got anything around me right now to show, unfortunately, but needless to say, yeah, I'd like to know your thoughts on that, or do you just like to watch the video and it being sped up and you just seeing the final product with some basic flashes of how it's done? I'm generally curious to know. I'd actually appreciate any comments on the subject. Anyways, thanks for listening. I gotta keep the videos somewhat short because internet is not the best out here, and it takes a while just to load a basic video. So anyways, this is Eomer of Hazelwood from Vinland Outpost, and Pooka's over there sleeping right now. So we both want to wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy Yuletide, and may the new year bring you better fortune and teach you how to smile again. Later on.